Welcome to DDI Central Tech Videos. If you're evaluating DDI Central, you might be asking one question first. Should we deploy DDI Central on Linux? Here are 6 key indicators that highlight how Linux-based DDI can be a perfect fit for you. Let's start with Indicator 1. You already manage ISC BIND and ISC DHCPD services. If that's your environment today, DDI Central feels right at home. It's designed to complement native Linux-based DNS and DHCP operations, giving you centralized management and better control without replacing the open-source infrastructure already in place. The second indicator is a mixed Linux and Windows DNS DHCP environment. If your services run across both platforms, managing them separately can quickly create operational friction. DDI Central brings them together under one intuitive console, so your team can manage across platforms more consistently. The result is one interface, more uniform policy control, and a simpler operational experience overall. Now let's come to the third indicator. You're migrating from appliance-based DDI. If your current environment is tied to proprietary hardware, rising hardware refresh costs, or limited flexibility, it's a strong sign it's time to rethink the model. DDI Central helps you make that shift with a clear migration path, proven import tools, and expert support. And for many teams, DDI Central's Linux installation becomes the natural landing zone for that move, because it aligns with a more open, software-first, and operationally flexible DDI model. That means lower infrastructure costs, less vendor lock-in, and more freedom to scale on your terms. The fourth indicator is simple. You want a new control plane, but keep your existing configurations intact. For many teams, that is the ideal migration path. Modernize the management layer without disrupting the DNS zone's DHCP scopes and IP assignments already in place. DDI Central is built for exactly that transition. It helps you import existing configurations, validate them before production, cut over smoothly, and then optimize and scale from there. So instead of a risky rip-and-replace approach, you get a controlled migration path that preserves what already works while upgrading how it's managed. Here's the fifth indicator. IP tracking still lives in spreadsheets. If your team is relying on Excel or native CLI exports to manage address space, that often means IPAM is still manual, fragmented, and hard to trust at scale. At that point, the challenge is not just recording addresses. It's maintaining accuracy, avoiding conflicts, preserving history, and getting real-time visibility into subnet usage. DDI Central helps modernize that process by letting you import existing IP data from CSV, detect conflicts automatically, maintain historical tracking and audit trails, and move from static records to live operational visibility. And finally, the sixth indicator. You need to scale DNS and DHCP without scaling licensing costs at the same rate. For many teams, growth brings a hidden cost problem. Every new server instance can mean more operating system licensing overhead, especially in Windows-based environments. DDI Central helps change that equation by supporting Linux-based DNS and DHCP deployments, where the licensing burden is significantly lower. That gives you a more cost-efficient path to scale, the ability to deploy more instances for the same budget, and far greater freedom to grow without vendor-based server licensing becoming the bottleneck. When you step back and look at all 6 indicators, one thing stands out. The Linux installation is not just where DDI Central runs well, it is where its full strategic value comes to life. It builds on the open foundations you already trust, simplifies management across mixed environments, breaks appliance lock-in, preserves what already works, modernizes manual IPM, and lets you scale without carrying unnecessary licensing overhead. In short, if you want more control, more flexibility, and better economics from your DDI stack, DDI Central's Linux installation is where that advantage comes together. This brings us to the end of our video. Thank you for watching. We hope these 6 indicators helped you see how DDI Central can transform the way you manage DNS, DHCP, and IPAM, bringing greater control, flexibility, and efficiency to your infrastructure. To explore more practical insights and strategies around modern DDI, stay connected with us. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content from ManageEngine DDI Central.